Robert Sperna is on our hotline, along with Dr. James Schneider. Robert Sperna wrote the book House of Horrors, the shocking true story of Anthony Sowell, the Cleveland Strangler. Robert also interviewed Anthony Sowell on death row. Let's welcome Robert to the show. Robert's on the bottom line here.
Yes.
Let's welcome Robert to the show. Robert, welcome to the Triv Show.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, before we get started with everything, why did you write this book? What made you write this book? Why?
Well, I've been a reporter, journalist ever since graduated from college from IOU. And back in October 2009, it was a big story. So I was curious about it. Some would say nosy. I just headed out to the crime scene on Imperial Avenue, and I got real interested in the stories of the women. The 11 women that were found in the house. And after about a month of looking into it, I just found myself wanting to tell their story.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable story. And you interviewed them on death row, huh?
Right, I did. Now, those were phone interviews, but I had about 8 interviews with them, pretty long telephone interviews. Got to know him.
Was he cordial?
He was, actually. Very easygoing, kind of charming, of course, I guess a predator would be.
Did he sound like somebody that killed, 12 women?
11 women.
11.
Negative. There was no indication that he was unbalanced at all.
Mm-hmm.
He talked sports, politics.
Did Anthony Sowell seem like, now this is probably a weird question, but did he seem like he was all there? And did he could you have a coherent conversation with him?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. In fact, during the trial, when he was trying to get his sentence to life in prison instead of death, psychiatrists accused him of pretending he was crazy.
Well, he chopped up all 11 women, didn't he?
No, actually he didn't. His thing was tying them up, binding them, and then strangling them. There's really no evidence that he chopped anybody up. They did find the skull in the basement.
Yeah, how about the head in the bucket in the basement, though?
Right. This is kind of grim stuff, but the coroner thinks what happened there was he buried the body in a shallow grave outside, and possibly a dog buried it up, or dug up the body. The head got separated. Anthony saw that and brought the head into the basement to hide it.
So he did not cut the head off?
No evidence that he did that.
Did you ask him if he did it?
No, I was more interested in what happened to the body. I got to know LaShonda, that was that victim's name. I got to know her family at the trial, real nice people. And I just wanted to know, can you tell me what you did with the body? He said, sure, I'll tell you, but you have to come down here and visit me. And for that, though, he wanted $300. I just couldn't justify paying him $300 to go down there to visit him.
What the hell was he going to do with $300? Buy cigarettes or something?
$300 goes a long way in prison, Mike.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Now, Dr. James Schneider, a forensic dentist, you're friends with him. He worked with you on this book, or explain before we bring Dr.
No,
on.
I've actually golfed with him in the past. Weirdly enough, small town, but he's very interesting because in this case, Mike, he had 11 bodies that were very decomposed. So even though we have this DNA technology, the coroner at the time couldn't get family members to come forward and give DNA samples because they were afraid that DNA would link them to unsolved crimes. So it fell on the forensic people like Dr. Schneider to analyze dental records in a lot of cases to determine who the victims were.
Let me bring Dr. Schneider